What is going on, everybody? AHS Rules back again with another video, and we're here for another Ring of Honor TV review. Now, I'll say there's a couple of things I need to say prior to the review. The main thing is that I plan on doing a video every day this week, this holiday. It's past holiday. It technically is a holiday if you want to count New Year's Eve and day, but there's a lot that I want to talk about in this upcoming week, and I originally planned to, again, upload a video every day. And technically I am doing that, but there won't be an upload Saturday, double upload today on Friday when you're seeing this Ring of Honor TV view that happens every week. You know, I was just like, I'm already going to film it. Let's just upload it already. And there are a handful of things to discuss about this episode and whatnot. But this was a quicker episode, so will this be a quicker review? I doubt it. First thing first, you see it in the title. We have new Tag Team Champions in Ring of Honor. Now, in this history of the 44 episodes that I reviewed, Ring of Honor, the Tag Team titles have very rarely, if ever, appeared, and they were only defended once. And in the reign of Better Than You, Bebe, MJF, and Adam Cole, they never appeared on this TV show as Tag Team Champions. Now, if you were to ask them, and mainly ask Tony Khan, they'll say, oh, they're going up here, but Adam Cole got hurt. I don't believe that crap whatsoever. And again, like I said, the titles have only been defended once in these 44 episodes. It was an Aussie Open match, and I apologize to whoever the hell they faced. The main issue now is we don't even know who holds these damn titles because it is the Devil's Masked Men. They defeated MJF and technically Samoa Joe on Dynamite this week. If you want to hear me talk more about my match, my opinion on the Devil's Masked Men crap, watch the end of my Worlds End videos, the last 5 minutes or so. So, the main thing is, whoever the Devil's Masked Men end up being, hopefully it is Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. I will even accept Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. I don't think it is going to be them. I think it's going to be another Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions of the past. Matt Taylor might be in it. Hopefully it's Red Dragon. You know, I have a whole theory, conspiracy theory, again, at the end of my World's End video that I did not even really go that in depth with. Essentially, we got new Tag Team Champions. Will they appear on this television show weekly, or at least every once in a while? We shall see. And, like I said, this was a quicker episode of ROH. Let's get through it. The first matchup was Nyla Rose versus Alexandria Lyon. It was a one-sided domination by Nyla Rose, mainly with slams, and she picked up the victory with a Beast Bomb. Next matchup is Peter Avalon versus Zach Knight. And Zach Knight is the older brother of one, Paige here. Now, you probably wondered who the hell is Paige here, a.k.a. Saraya. I've always referred to her as Paige here. This match starts with a spear by Knight, and then Avalon's chops have no effect, and then it is followed by a Knight clothesline and delayed suplex. Avalon hits a crossbody and then attempts one to the outside, but is caught, but pushes his way out of it, and then Knight into the ring post on the outside. But once back in the ring, Knight hits a Razor's Edge buckle bomb into the corner and wins the matchup with a running punch / forearm. It's more of a punch, but the commentator said forearm, so it is what it is. Zach Knight picking up the victory. Now we get some backstage promos from participants, or what is the word I'm looking for? Possible participants in the women's television title tournament. I don't think any were officially announced, but if they're talking about it, they more than likely will be. We got comments from Layla Hirsch, Kiera Hogan, Lady Frost, Rachel Ellering, and one more individual. They all said the same thing. They want to be television champion. And the most important and different one was Billie Starkz, as her promo was in a emergency minion meeting, or a minion emergency meeting, aka a mem, where normally Athena runs the whole thing. This time around, she lets Billie Starkz run the whole thing and talk, and that she wants to become women's TV title, as I've been saying for the past minute or so. Next matchup, the Iron Savages and Jack Jameson versus the Von Erichs and Brian Keith. Brian Keith and Bronson are the first two legal men, but aren't in for long as Ross and Jameson tag in, with Jameson being fired up because he used the Savage Sauce. Then Ross, for the longest time, is stuck in a... I don't know what the hell I could say on YouTube and what I can't say, but the Iron Savages say they're going to take their opponents to a certain city that rhymes with city. And if you look at your chest area, that is the first word they're saying. So, that word I'm talking about, that rhymes with city, city. And for the longest time, that's where Ross was during this matchup until he was able to get the tag to his brother, Marshall, who helps them win the matchup by using the Iron Claw. We get a backstage segment with Cole Carter and Griff Garrison. Now, I am normally very negative on these two, mainly Cole Carter, but this time around, I enjoyed the segment because Maria Kanellis was not involved, because she was spending time with her actual family, and Cole Carter was very pissed about it because they felt Cole Carter and Griff Garrison are her actual children, but they aren't, and are upset about their loss last week in the 8-man tag, and their two partners in that match, the Spanish Announce Project, interrupt and challenge them to a future match. So, when will that match take place? Most likely next week. Next matchup is another 6-person tag match, this one being Trish Adora, Lady Frost, and Kiera Hogan versus Taya Valkyrie and the Renegade Sisters. Trish and Charlotte are the first two participants, but they immediately tag out. That way Taya and Kiera Hogan could get involved after... This was a very somewhat forgotten thing that Kiera Hogan helped Dalton Castle beat Johnny TV a number of weeks ago because Taya Valkyrie came out and then Kiera Hogan came out. They're finally confronting each other now. And the majority of this matchup is Taya and the Renegades beating up on Kiera Hogan till a tag is made. All the participants come in and hit moves. It gets confusing at that standpoint. But Taya and Trish Adora were the legal competitors, and Taya won the matchup for her team with a butterfly DDT and curb stomp onto Trish Adora. Now, we get another promo segment this time around involving Layla Hirsch and Rachel Ellering. As I mentioned, Maria Kanellis was not on this episode of Ring of Honor, and they don't know what their future is going to be with Maria Kanellis after her interference in a couple of the matches they have had. But the main thing that they want is more competition and to be involved in the TV title tournament. And the competition part is coming around as they're challenged by Diamante and Mercedes Martinez. Next matchup, Tony Nese versus Joey Heater. My pen messed up terribly, so I apologize. I don't know what his last name is. I'm pretty sure it is Heater. The matchup was not that quick, as Tony Nese is still frustrated by the events of Final Battle and let his frustrations out in this matchup, quickly winning with a pump handle driver. Next matchup is Vert, Vixen, and Billy Starks. The match starts off on the ground, but changes once Starks starts attacking using forearms and stomps, and then she eventually wins the matchup with the Swanton Dive that is named the Swan Dive. I finally called it that because I always call it the Swanton Bomb, even though commentary always calls it the Swan Dive, so I'm going to start finally calling it that. We get a backstage interview with the new Ring of Honor men's television champion, that being Kyle Fletcher. And he said that now that he holds the championship, it is the most important title, not only in Ring of Honor, but in AEW, and that he wants to be the longest reigning, best Ring of Honor television champion ever. And I appreciate that. I admire that. But this title was literally just freaking vacated. And, you know, I don't know if it... In the hierarchy of the dozen or so championships in AEW and Ring of Honor, I don't know if it is the most important yet. But he wants to start building the legacy of the title up and issues an open challenge that was answered by Willie Mack. I'm glad I remember that. Love Willie Mack. That being said, I did not write that down, and you just saw me write it down for my future self to go back in time, and whenever I want to look at these notes in the future, you know, maybe I won't remember it. Now I will. So now we get to our main event. You see it in the thumbnail. Johnny TV versus Ethan Page. Johnny attacks immediately after the Code of Honor. After Ethan gets the edge, Johnny tries, and pun was intended there, Johnny tries it, avoiding him for a great majority of this matchup. Page attempts the Ego's Edge several times in this matchup with Johnny TV, finding out with the last time he attempted it, he gets out and pushes the referee out of the way. That way he can kick Ethan Page in the man area. He goes to set up the Starship Pain that might have another name. I know in Impact Wrestling it was called the Starship Remedy, but he never is able to hit it as Dalton Castle interrupts and distracts Johnny TV. He goes off the top rope to hit it, and Ethan Page moves out of the way and sets up a slingshot cutter, aka the snapshot, to win the matchup, as the show ends with Dalton Castle staring at Johnny TV as, maybe they're even with each other now, but, in the world of wrestling, I don't think that will be the case. So, that was a quick episode of ROH. I won't lie to you, I think my last couple of episodes of ROH TV reviews have been like 15, 20 minutes long. This one, 11 minutes. By the time I get done rambling here, probably 12 minutes. So, it is what it is. Like I said, check out my AEW World's End predictions video. Check out all my videos this week, because like I said, I plan on uploading a video every day. Hopefully I'm able to do that. Sometimes, I never forget, but I do get very busy and don't get the time to do some of these videos. But like I said, I already have planned in advance doing a video every day this week. Again, last time I say it, check out my World's End predictions video. Check out my other videos. Hopefully you enjoy your weekend. Like, subscribe, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.